Everyone knows who the Joker is, enthusiasts unlike any other. Dissect every laugh, every scar, and every sinister plot twist. It's a role that actors approach with the utmost seriousness, and for good reason. And when it comes to playing the Joker on the screen, actors don't just casually read the script and play it out. They enter a life of obsession and reverence. But there are many reasons why. Among them, one of the biggest is that fans take the character so seriously. If an actor doesn't take the job seriously, then he should not be cast for the role. In the same way that a spectacular performance can be a career maker, a lackluster or flippant performance can ruin a career. Every laugh, every smile, every twisted moment is dissected and analyzed by fans and critics alike. It's a performance that will be remembered for generations to come, for better or for worse. So, why do actors take on this daunting challenge if the stakes are so high? In today's video, we're diving deep into the intriguing question, why do actors take playing the Joker so seriously, and why is the Joker such a dangerous role to play? An enigmatic legacy and the actor's burden. In recent times, Joaquin Phoenix took on the role of the Joker in a film that garnered mixed reviews. Some critics praised his performance, considering it remarkable, while others found the movie lacking in redeeming qualities, deeming it divisive. This reception reflects the polarizing nature of the film. The Joker character has historically presented a unique challenge for actors. It's seen as a significant undertaking with a certain mystique surrounding it. Playing the Joker is almost regarded as a curse of sorts, with the belief that taking on the role may have a profound impact on the actor's mental state. Unlike other comic book villains, the Joker stands alone in terms of the seriousness and preparation expected from the actors who portray him. For example, consider Corey Stoll's portrayal of Yellow Jacket in Ant-Man. Stoll's preparation was comparatively straightforward, involving putting on a suit and adopting a greedy persona. In this case, the demands on the actor were far less intense, and Marvel appeared content with a more conventional approach, providing CGI powers that match the character's abilities. This brings us to the question of what has contributed to the Joker's unique reputation, which leads fans to closely scrutinize an actor's dedication and preparation for the role. Why is it believed that playing the Joker may have lasting effects on an actor's life and career? To answer these questions, let's explore the character's evolution and the cultural significance it has achieved over time. The Joker wasn't always regarded in this manner. In the early days, he was a colorful comic book villain, and his portrayal didn't carry the same weight of expectation. However, the character gradually evolved, gaining complexity and depth through various interpretations by writers and artists. It was Jack Nicholson's portrayal in the 1989 Batman film that marked a turning point. His iconic performance elevated the Joker to new heights of cultural significance, leaving an indelible mark on the character. Nicholson's method approach to the role, where he embodied the Joker's chaotic nature, set a new standard for Joker portrayals. Ledger's dark and unforgettable performance further solidified the character's status as an enigmatic and challenging role. The Joker had transitioned from a comic book villain to an iconic, almost mythical figure, and those who took on the role found themselves confronting a psychological abyss. So, what is it about the Joker that prompts fans to obsess over an actor's preparation and the potential toll it may exact on their life? This level of scrutiny hasn't always been the case. To unravel this phenomenon, let's embark on a journey through time to explore the origins of this enigmatic character and the evolution of the expectations placed upon those who dare to bring him to life. The history of Joker. It was 1940 when the dynamic duo of Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson embarked on a creative journey that would change the world of comic books forever. The birth of Batman's iconic nemesis, the Joker, was a collaborative effort, though history tells us they had their own share of disputes over who deserved credit. But let's not dwell on the squabbles. Instead, let's celebrate their collective genius and say, "Good job, all of you." The Joker, that enigmatic force of chaos, remained in the pages of comic books for over 2 decades before making his live-action debut. The year was the 1960s when the character finally leapt from the pages onto the screen, embodied by the irrepressible Cesar Romero. Romero, in all his mustached glory, took on the role without a hint of solemnity. He held his mustache dear, a part of his signature look, and refused to part with it, even if it meant merely painting over it. To be fair, nobody seemed to mind. After all, this was the era of campiness, where Batman and the Joker could challenge each other to surfing competitions. Such frivolities were a world away from the dark, brooding portrayal we'd come to associate with the character in later years. Then came a turning point, a seismic shift in the portrayal of the Joker. Enter Jack Nicholson, not in the literal sense, but as an expression of his transformative impact. The year was 1989, and Tim Burton's vision of Batman was taking shape. A slew of notable actors, including David Bowie, Willem Dafoe, Tim Curry, and even Robin Williams, were considered for the role. However, it was Nicholson who clinched the part, having previously demonstrated his ability to delve into madness in The Shining and exuding an air of coolness that defined his generation. Nicholson's Joker was a different breed altogether. He exuded the charm of a wise guy, a Joker with the swagger of an old-timey gangster. His obsessions ran the gamut from fame to fortune to fashion. Nicholson seamlessly blended coolness with a touch of insanity, a concoction tailor-made for his acting prowess and his distinctive style and mannerisms. In a way, he didn't lose himself in the role. Rather, he bent the character to his own persona. Michael Keaton, who played Batman, once recounted how Nicholson quipped, "We just gotta let the wardrobe do the acting, kid," highlighting his ability to make the character his own. The world embraced Nicholson's portrayal with fervor. His Joker became the yardstick against which all others were measured. For nearly 2 decades, no one dared to step into the Clown Prince of Crime's shoes in live action. Mark Hamill did sterling work with the animated version, but the live-action realm remained Jack's domain. It wasn't until a certain Heath Ledger took up the mantle that people even considered the possibility of someone else donning the Joker's mantle. The outrage was palpable, for Jack Nicholson's Joker was not just iconic, it was synonymous with the man himself. Is playing the Joker really that dangerous? The Joker has achieved such iconic status in popular culture that some argue he's akin to the character Hamlet in terms of the number of actors who have made their indelible mark on him. Just like with the enduring portrayal of the tragic Danish prince, each actor who takes on the role of the Joker brings their unique interpretation while keeping the character unmistakably recognizable. One striking example of this is how actors depict the Joker's eerie laughter. For instance, Joaquin Phoenix, in his portrayal in 2019's Joker, offers a laugh that often appears involuntary, almost as if it's a painful reflex. He has described it as such in interviews. In contrast, Mark Hamill, renowned for voicing the Joker in various animated TV shows, films, and video games, aimed to provide a multifaceted laughter for the character. Hamill wanted the Joker's laughter to be like a palette of colors, reflecting the character's ever-changing moods. However, it's not just the actors who leave their mark on the Joker, the character leaves an imprint on them as well. Despite the role's allure, it has proven to be challenging and, in some cases, even perilous. The tragic death of Heath Ledger before the release of 2008's The Dark Knight is perhaps the most well-known example, with many speculating that the role may have played a part in his demise. Ledger's experience is not unique, as other actors have also faced physical and mental risks when taking on the role of the Joker. In the following discussion, we'll explore why playing the Joker is considered such a dangerous undertaking. Playing the Joker may be incredibly mentally taxing. Heath Ledger's untimely passing at the tender age of 28 sent shockwaves through the world, and his role as the Joker in 2008's The Dark Knight was under scrutiny for its potential impact on his mental state. The stories that have emerged since then lend some weight to this theory. In the 2016 German documentary Heath Ledger, Too Young to Die, Ledger's father, Kim, unveiled the actor's chilling Joker diary, which ominously concludes with the words, "Bye-bye." According to Ledger's father, Heath spent weeks in isolation in a hotel room, meticulously preparing for the demanding role. Once filming commenced, Ledger revealed the toll the character took on him. Despite exhausting himself daily during shoots, he found his mind racing when it was time to sleep. "I couldn't stop thinking," Ledger confessed. "My body was exhausted, but my mind wouldn't let me rest." In an attempt to induce sleep, Ledger resorted to using Ambien, a prescription sleep aid. However, even with this medication, he managed to sleep only an average of 2 hours a night. Tragically, after his passing, it was discovered that his system contained a combination of several prescription drugs, including 2 classified as sleep medications. Heath Ledger isn't the sole actor who has shared the emotional toll of portraying the Joker. Jared Leto, who took on the role for 2016's Suicide Squad, admitted to delving deeply into the character, describing the experience as both enjoyable and very painful, like giving birth. Jack Nicholson, the iconic Joker from 1989's Batman, has never elaborated on his cryptic response to Ledger's passing. When asked by reporters in London, Nicholson simply stated, "Well, I warned him." These accounts shed light on the immense psychological and emotional demands of bringing the Joker to life on the big screen, a role that has left a profound impact not only on the audience but also on the actors who have dared to step into the clown prince of crime's shoes. Being the Joker can be dangerous for your health. While the psychological toll of playing the Joker is often a topic of discussion, the physical strain is equally significant and can exacerbate the challenges actors face in maintaining their mental well-being. In the lead-up to the release of the 2019 film Joker, it became evident that Joaquin Phoenix had undergone a drastic physical transformation for the role, a fact he openly acknowledged. During the 2019 Venice Film Festival, Phoenix revealed that his weight loss was one of the first aspects he addressed when preparing for the film. Between his initial discussions with director Todd Phillips and the actual filming of Joker, Phoenix shed a staggering 52 pounds. He candidly admitted that such rapid and extreme weight loss had profound effects on his psychology, pushing him to the brink of madness. Losing that amount of weight in such a short time took a significant toll on his mental state. Heath Ledger, too, faced physical hardships during the filming of The Dark Knight, extending beyond the severe physical exhaustion he endured. In an interview with THR conducted months before Ledger's tragic passing, his Dark Knight co-star Christian Bale commended Ledger's unwavering dedication to the role. Bale recounted a particularly intense scene in which Batman confronts the Joker in a police interrogation room. In an astonishing display of commitment, Ledger insisted that Bale hit him for real during the scene. Bale described Ledger as literally throwing himself around the room, causing damage to the tiled walls from the impact of his actions. These accounts highlight the extraordinary lengths to which actors go to embody the Joker character authentically, both mentally and physically. The toll it takes on their well-being is a testament to the dedication and sacrifices required for such iconic roles. It might be lonely to play the Joker. During the filming of Suicide Squad, Jared Leto's approach to portraying the Joker took method acting to an extreme level, and the consequences of his dedication raised eyebrows among his co-stars. Will Smith, who played Deadshot in the film, made a startling revelation a year before the movie's release. He confessed to never having met Jared Leto in person, despite working together intensively for 6 months. Their interactions were confined to the professional realm, limited to the commands of action and cut. Smith's statement might seem perplexing without context, but it sheds light on Leto's commitment to his role as the Joker. Leto delved deeply into method acting, maintaining the persona of the Joker throughout the entire shoot. His dedication didn't stop at staying in character. He made headlines for sending bizarre and disturbing gifts to his fellow cast members. These gifts included bullets, a deceased rat, and other unsettling items that are best left unmentioned. Leto even adopted a unique way of introducing himself to his co-stars. He arranged for a henchman to deliver a dead pig during rehearsal. To ensure Leto's full immersion in the role, assistant directors had to address him as Mr. J to coax him onto the set. This level of commitment was a risky endeavor. While Leto's portrayal of the Joker ultimately garnered attention and intrigue, it could have backfired if his co-stars had not been receptive to his method acting or had taken offense to the disturbing gifts he sent. Such a backlash could have damaged Leto's reputation and potentially led to legal consequences. In retrospect, Leto's extreme approach to the Joker character illustrates the lengths to which some actors will go to embody their roles authentically, even if it means taking unconventional and, at times, controversial steps. If you're chosen to play the Joker, you can become overly devoted to it. One peril that often accompanies involvement in a promising venture is the difficulty of letting go. An illustrative case can be found in Jack Nicholson's candid revelation during a 2007 interview with MTV regarding his reaction to Heath Ledger's casting as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Nicholson's response was surprising. "I'm furious," he declared. While he acknowledged that Ledger might have been the right choice for the role, his personal feelings were unchanged. Maybe it was the right thing, but to be candid, "I'm furious." Nicholson went on to reveal his deep attachment to the character of the Joker, a role he had admired since childhood. "It's a part I always thought I should play." When asked if he intended to see The Dark Knight, Nicholson responded with reluctance, indicating that he probably wouldn't but might consider it if he heard that the film was excellent. Even Mark Hamill, who is widely celebrated for his voice acting as the Joker, acknowledged falling into the trap of becoming possessive of the role. In a 2012 interview with IGN, Hamill admitted that he had become so protective of the character that he accepted low-paying Joker-related work simply because he didn't want anyone else to take on the role. He recalled a situation where another actor was being considered for voicing the Joker for toys, and he intervened, expressing, "Look, I'd rather not let anyone else sleep in my sleeping bag." These instances highlight how passionate actors can become about iconic roles, to the extent that it's challenging to relinquish ownership of the character they've brought to life. Playing the Joker can be politically controversial. In spite of proving to be a huge commercial success, 2019's Joker faced a danger it didn't expect: controversy. Months before Joker's release, fears started brewing that the film would be a magnet for yet another tragic mass shooting. In large part, this was because for some, Joaquin Phoenix's character, Arthur Fleck, seemed like a perfect on-screen idol for so-called incels, i.e., radicalized, involuntary celibate men who believe they are owed attention and sex from attractive women, some of whom have been known to celebrate the actions of self-described incel mass shooters. Another reason was because of the 2012 Aurora, Colorado mass shooting during a screening of The Dark Knight Rises. It was widely reported that the shooter identified himself as the Joker, but these reports proved false. Fears were at enough of a peak that the U.S. Army released an official warning to its service members about seeing Joker, and threats were reported around the time of the premiere. Joaquin Phoenix clearly was not expecting to face this kind of controversy with Joker. In late September 2019, when asked by The Telegraph's Robbie Collin if his work on Joker might inspire a real person to follow in Arthur Fleck's footsteps, Phoenix walked out of the interview. An hour later, he returned, saying he'd panicked and that he'd never even considered the question. The influence Hollywood has on mythology. The allure of the serious method Joker narrative gained momentum following the tragic death of Heath Ledger, just before The Dark Knight hit theaters. It became easy to spin a version of history where Ledger's obsessive commitment to the role contributed to his untimely demise. However, this narrative contradicted reports from The Dark Knight set, where Ledger was reportedly in good spirits and even seen skateboarding in costume. Jared Leto's takeover of the role only added to the mystique. with stories of his eccentric antics on set. Leto has since claimed that many of these stories were exaggerated or fabricated, though some were recounted by his co-stars. The truth remains elusive, and neither version of events offers much hope. In contrast, Joaquin Phoenix's approach to the role appears positively tame. Despite the significant weight loss, Phoenix was enthusiastic about the project, making the changes at the request of director Todd Phillips. Phoenix has been keen to distance himself from the dark and depressing narratives associated with playing the Joker. Haters are plenty whenever a new Joker is cast. Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight is now celebrated as one of the greatest performances in cinematic history. However, it's essential to remember that when Ledger was first cast in the role, the initial reactions from comic book movie fans were far from enthusiastic. In fact, they were quite negative, much like the backlash that arose when Ben Affleck was announced as Batman in 2013. The internet was ablaze with criticism and skepticism when Ledger's casting was revealed. Fans expressed their discontent in a variety of ways, and some of their comments, as shared by Newsarama from Reddit, reflected the intense opposition. These comments included statements like, "Probably the worst casting of all time," "And now begins the second downfall of the Batman series. I hope this is all a joke," and "The Joker is a character that needs an actor with gravity, not some little twerp who got lucky." This initial backlash against Ledger's casting serves as a stark reminder that taking on the iconic role of the Joker is no easy task. It's almost inevitable that any actor stepping into those oversized clown shoes will face skepticism and criticism from passionate fans. However, Ledger's remarkable performance ultimately silenced the doubters and solidified his place in cinematic history as the clown prince of crime. If you play the Joker, he may dominate your legacy. Every actor who takes on the iconic role of the Joker undoubtedly aspires to leave a lasting mark in cinematic history. However, there's a potential pitfall, being forever typecast as the clown prince of crime, which could overshadow their entire career. Consider Cesar Romero, whose portrayal of the Joker in the campy 1960s TV show Batman and the accompanying 1966 film is undoubtedly iconic. However, it's essential to note that Romero had a career that spanned over 6 decades, with remarkable contributions to film and television. He wasn't solely defined by his time as the Joker. Romero was a multifaceted talent. In addition to acting, he was a singer and a dancer. Before donning the Joker's wild grin, he appeared in classic films like Ocean's 11, 1960, Captain from Castle, 1947, and Donovan's Reef, 1963, among others. Even after his stint as the Joker, Romero continued to be a prominent figure on television, with a recurring role on the primetime soap Falcon Crest as billionaire industrialist Peter Stravos. Yet, despite his diverse and accomplished career, Cesar Romero is predominantly remembered by the general public for his portrayal of the Joker. Remarkably, he appeared to embrace this legacy, relishing the opportunity to be delightfully hammy in the role. In his own words, the Joker was the kind of part where you can do everything you're told not to do. You can be as hammy as you want. However, for some actors, being forever associated with a single character might be seen as a potential limitation or even a perilous proposition, especially if it overshadows their versatility and range as performers. The Jokers Allure, a charismatic villain. The Joker occupies a unique and revered place in the realm of cinema, often elevated to a level of gravity and prestige uncommon in the realm of comic book movies. Heath Ledger's portrayal of the character earned him a posthumous Oscar, solidifying the notion that taking on the role of the Joker is not just a significant undertaking, but one that can potentially be fraught with dangers. What makes the character so intriguing is his charisma and unpredictability, combined with a complete lack of moral restraint or empathy. However, there is a question about whether elevating the role to tragic heights is entirely fitting. It's worth noting that when Cesar Romero portrayed the Joker, he didn't even shave off his mustache. In summary, the role of the Joker has evolved significantly over the years, with actors pushing the boundaries of dedication and method acting in their portrayals. While the character's allure is unquestionable, it's essential to acknowledge that the level of seriousness surrounding it may not always be justified. As we eagerly await the release of Joker and future interpretations of this iconic character, let's celebrate the diverse takes on the Joker and the unwavering commitment of actors who boldly step into the shoes of the clown prince of crime. In a world where myth often overshadows reality, the enduring power of storytelling in Hollywood is exemplified by the lasting impact of the Joker character. You could have to compete with other Jokers if you're cast as the Joker. When you're cast as the Joker, you might find yourself facing a unique challenge: competition with other actors who have portrayed the character in vastly different ways. For example, consider Jared Leto's portrayal of the Joker in 2016's Suicide Squad. He had to navigate the complex task of putting his own spin on the iconic character, all while being aware of the fact that another actor was taking a completely different approach to the role. Shortly after the release of Joker, stories emerged suggesting that Leto felt alienated and upset upon learning that Warner Brothers was moving forward with an origin movie for the Joker character. Leto had already expressed disappointment with his limited screen time in Suicide Squad, a sentiment that director David Ayer openly acknowledged as a mistake. The news about the Joker origin movie may have further intensified Leto's frustration. Although these claims aren't officially confirmed, there have been suggestions that Leto took various measures to oppose the development of the Joker movie, including directing his agency to take action and seeking assistance from Irving Azoff, his manager in the music industry, to influence Warner Bros. In essence, playing the Joker can come with the challenge of not only living up to previous portrayals, but also navigating the complexities of multiple actors interpreting the same iconic character in very different ways.